today doing our gardening segment with my mom, Steph, and today we're talking all about holiday containers. So you'll see some examples for fall, Thanksgiving, and then also some Christmas and holiday ideas. So right now we're going to start with this container, which is for fall. Is that right?
Yeah, fall, early holiday season. We've chosen 3 different types of plants. One is a heuchera in this lime green, 2 cabbage plants, kind of a mauvey purple color, and a variegated evergreen. We like the height. You always need height in a pot and texture, and the heuchera is a soft. These give it kind of a rough feel, and this is variegated, adds another dimension of color very similar to the heuchera. The purple picks up this lavender color in the pot. And for Halloween we added these little mini pumpkins and covered the soil with moss.
And so these plants we can find at any garden center, but this evergreen is a little bit more special perhaps than
It is.
typical evergreen.
Yes, these you probably find at a nursery or any evergreen that's, let's say, rare or unusual. You can keep it in the pot and transplant it in a year or 2 in your yard.
And so that's why we talked about it's okay to spend a little bit more money for plants you might want to put in your container if you can transplant them to your yard later on.
Yes, it's worth the investment.
Yeah. And this moss you can find at the craft store.
Yeah, at the craft store, at the nursery, it comes in bags. Soak it in a little bit of water or mist it. It's easier to arrange, but it's another nice dimension in the container.
And this container is small enough that you could have it on your front porch, but then when you're entertaining, you could take it in the house and have it on your table.
Definitely. In the house several days, then put it back on the porch. This type of container should be under cover in the winter. If the temperature gets below freezing and stays that way for several days, good idea to put it in the garage or some area where it's protected. Clay pots, ceramic, they need to be protected, otherwise they'll crack.
Which has happened to me several times.
And me too.
So now we'll show you an example of another container we have that we've done for fall, but you can transition it to the holidays.
So this container we've done for the fall, and this one easily transitions to the holidays. We've used an evergreen plant. This gets quite large. I'm going to plant it out in the yard later. Has the nice dimension of some black berries on it, smooth foliage. This is a winter evergreen. It's a ground cover plant that's readily available with some red berries on it. Another heuchera. This is kind of a, I don't know,
It's like a
olive,
dusty mauve.
yeah, variegated. And some twig dogwood, this red twig dogwood. People have this in their yards. You can also buy it, I think, at the craft store about now. And then we've added 2 different types of evergreen for more texture. And a bit of yellow.
This plastic.
Plastic yellow. It's good if you have yellow that's natural, that'd be fine. This you can't really tell. I got it at the craft store. It's pretty, and it breaks up this large mass of green. One thing to remember is after you plant these things, some of the foliage might be dirty or dusty. Have a little brush or a spray bottle of water. Sounds silly, but clean off the foliage. And then make sure your container's clean. Use an old rag or a cloth, a little bit of water, and get the dirt off and the dust. You don't want to have this beautiful arrangement and then a crummy looking pot.
And so with this arrangement too, this could pretty much go year round because you could keep this and this plant in here and then maybe plant some other springtime perennials or something
Sure,
in
you
here
can.
would work.
Yeah, I had this on my porch all summer long. I had the heuchera in it. You can, before the middle of December, you could get some little bulbs, not big daffodils or tulips. Plant those a couple inches deep.
Some of the bulbs we talked about last time.
That's exactly right. Or just go to the nursery or the garden center and find some ground covers and stick those in there. Once you get to the nursery, garden center, you're looking around for things to put in your pot. Just remember you'll need something for height and some texture and something soft. And pick colors that you like and go home and arrange them and fiddle around with them. You'll find something that's really satisfying.
Sort of like buying wine for me. Like you just find what you want and take it home and instead of drinking it, in this case, you would plant it.
Yeah.
It's fun. Okay, great. So now we have some examples of Christmas time.
Now this one Courtney had this on her front porch this summer, and the this plant, we just left it in there because it drapes down and adds a bit of dimension.
This is called Euphorbia.
Yeah, this is the Euphorbia, sorry.
And it was not looking very happy. It was pretty yellow, so Mom clipped a lot of the old foliage off of it because sometimes I forget to water my plants.
Well, and I like the lacy effect to it.
Yeah,
It
it's pretty.
softens. So we put this kale with the white in it for fall.
This is similar to the purple one.
Yeah, that's a kind of their cabbage and kale doesn't really matter which
Okay.
one you buy as long as you like the color.
But they're in the store the same time.
They
It's
are.
around September.
Yes, and I think I've seen a couple still available. They probably will last through Christmas, but it's best to have them in a protected area. Otherwise, they bolt. That means they set out kind of a blossom, which isn't the end of the world. The colors and the texture is what you're looking for.
In the greens, we just cut from trees in our yard, so they're just pretty much stems that we stuck in the dirt, and
Yeah.
they'll last for a good month or so, right?
Oh, easily, yeah. You could mist them, and when you go to water the plants, that adds extra moisture to those. So anyway, we like the white with the white pot, and now it gets closer to Christmas. We added some holly. If you can see here, there's some pine cones and red berries.
Also from the craft store.
Also
So
from-
craft store is a great place to go, not just for crafts, but for gardening.
You can just tuck those in anywhere that you like, and look at that, ready to go for Christmas.
It's fun to walk around your yard and see what kind of plants you might have that you could just, or trees that you could just trim and then add a little bit more pizzazz to your pots if they're getting kind of tired. Like mine are always very tired looking towards the end of summer, so this was a fun project to do to see how you can bring your pot back to life again.
Yeah, there are so many things in everyone's yard that you can use. Not just evergreens, but some of the shrubs retain their foliage too. So give it a try. Take a walk around and sniff some things.
Be fun. Which is what we did on the next container we have.
This one we did just for Christmas. All these evergreens we picked from Courtney's yard. We added the red twig dogwood. And for bling at the craft store, we found this silver, I don't know what you call it, but anyway, it's pretty. And then we had these little green sparkly flowers that we tucked in here. The pot, I think, is very dramatic because it's big and it's tall. And of course, red and green are wonderful together.
And we found the pot, or I bought the pot at IKEA a couple years ago. I think they still have them. So you don't have to spend a lot on your
No.
containers either.
And you may have something at home you want to use. Terracotta works real well too. I think a combination of greens is good. And then the red, of course, echoes the red in the pot. This one, there's no watering required, just occasional misting to keep it fresh. And you know, you can have it in, whenever you want on your porch or patio. If you need new greens, they're relatively inexpensive. Just go pick them out of your yard.
And we just stuck these in here. We don't really
Yeah.
have anything holding them, but you could get that,
Florist foam.
that you could stick them in. But this has been in here for about a week now,
Uh-huh.
and it still looks like we just got it.
Yeah, I think it looks great. I like this a lot.
So those are the examples we have for holiday containers, and just have some fun with it this year. You can do it for inside or outside, and be sure to get to the craft store to get some fun things. And wouldn't you suggest just finding things you like, Mom, and putting them together and whatever makes you happy?
I would. Just find things that you like, colors that make you happy, good things, colors for the holidays. Take it home and fiddle around with it, as I said before, and you'll probably come up with something that you just love.
Then
It's
you can
fun.
sit on your porch and drink wine and admire all your handiwork. And we'll be back next. Our next video, I believe, we're going to do holiday table settings with floral arrangements.
For
So-
indoors, using a lot of poinsettias. Instead of just having a poinsettia in a pot, we have some other ideas.
Yeah, so we look forward to seeing you then. So long.
Bye.